The 2012 Malaysian 10 sen coin represents the second series of Malaysian circulation coinage, introduced by Bank Negara Malaysia as part of a national coin redesign aimed at modernizing the country's currency and improving usability, marking a significant change from the first series that had been in use since 1989. The coin is struck from nickel-plated steel, replacing the copper-nickel composition of earlier issues, which not only reduced production costs but also made the coin lighter and slightly different in feel, measuring approximately 18.8 mm in diameter with a weight of around 2.98 grams and a smooth edge, while its metallic sheen gives it a bright silver appearance that is both practical and resistant to tarnishing. The obverse of the 2012 10 sen coin features a bold and simplified hibiscus flower, Malaysia's national flower, Hibiscus rosa sinensis, depicted in a modern stylized form with clean lines and a symmetrical arrangement, symbolizing national pride, beauty, and unity, accompanied by the words, Bank Negara Malaysia, inscribed along the upper circumference in capital letters, denoting the issuing authority, and the year of minting, 2012, placed clearly below, allowing for easy identification. The reverse side of the coin is equally distinctive, showcasing a traditional Malaysian weaving pattern motif that represents the country's rich cultural heritage and artisanal craftsmanship, this motif being inspired by songket designs that have been a part of Malay culture for centuries, and above the motif is the denomination, 10 sen, in bold, sans serif lettering for readability, with the value both numerically and in words to avoid confusion, ensuring accessibility for all users including those with limited literacy, while the reverse design also subtly integrates security and aesthetic considerations, making the coin difficult to counterfeit and visually appealing at the same time. The coin was part of the third-generation coinage system rollout officially announced by Bank Negara Malaysia in July 2011, with circulation beginning on the 16th of January 2012, alongside the 5 sen, 20 sen, and 50 sen denominations, each bearing a fresh, modern design inspired by Malaysia's culture, nature, and traditional arts, with the 10 sen coin falling into the mid-value range, commonly used in small transactions, vending machines, public transport ticketing, and everyday commerce. The choice of nickel-plated steel for its composition not only provided durability but also offered better electromagnetic signature compatibility with coin-accepting machines, an important factor in public convenience and commercial operations. The introduction of the 2012 series was accompanied by a national awareness campaign to familiarize the public with the new designs, sizes, and metal compositions, as the second series coins were slightly smaller and lighter than their predecessors, making them more convenient to carry while also being more environmentally sustainable due to reduced metal usage. The aesthetic shift in the 2012 10 sen coin also reflected Bank Negara Malaysia's effort to align national currency with contemporary design standards, while still embedding traditional Malaysian identity, as evidenced by the harmonious integration of the hibiscus and weaving pattern, two culturally rich symbols, into a single small piece of metal that would pass through millions of hands daily. The coin's life in circulation demonstrates its practicality, as it remains easy to distinguish by touch due to its size and weight, even though it shares the same metallic color as the 5 sen and 20 sen coins, with size differences preventing confusion. Over the years since 2012, the 10 sen coin has been a staple in Malaysia's cash economy, especially before the widespread adoption of contactless payments and e-wallets, with its value making it essential for rounding prices in a nation where many items are priced in multiples of 10 sen. Collectors note that while 2012 is the first year of the new series, the mintage was extremely high to meet national demand, making circulated examples very common and generally only worth face value, though uncirculated, proof-like specimens or coins found in mint sets retain a higher collectible value. In terms of minting quality, the Royal Mint of Malaysia ensured a consistent strike, clear details, and durable plating, though coins in circulation for more than a decade now often show light scratches, loss of luster, or minor edge nicks from daily use, yet remain fully functional. The switch to nickel-plated steel also brought magnetic properties to the coin, meaning it is attracted to magnets, a noticeable difference from the earlier copper-nickel coins which were non-magnetic, and this change has been useful in vending machine calibration. As part of the series' broader impact, the 2012 10 sen coin serves as a tangible example of how modern coinage balances art, economy, and function, managing to condense national symbolism, historical continuity, and industrial practicality into a small, durable object, and it remains a part of daily life for Malaysians while also drawing interest from numismatists who study its place in the country's monetary history, noting that its release marked a rare full-series design overhaul in Malaysia's numismatic timeline. In a broader context, the 2012 coin redesign coincided with similar trends worldwide, where many countries were moving toward smaller, lighter, more cost-effective coins without compromising on identity or security features, and Malaysia's adoption of nickel-plated steel for the 10-sen denomination fit within this global shift toward efficiency. As of today, the 2012 10-sen coin continues to circulate alongside coins from later minting years of the same design, with no demonetization announced, ensuring its ongoing role in the Malaysian economy, while its enduring presence in pockets, cash drawers, and coin jars nationwide stands as a reminder of the everyday relevance of coinage in a digital age, small, familiar, and embedded with the subtle stories of a nation's culture and values. The 1997 Malaysian 10-sen coin belongs to the first series of Malaysian circulation coinage that was introduced in 1989 and continued until it was replaced in 2012, representing a period in Malaysia's monetary history when coins were designed for durability, clarity, and a sense of national identity, with the 10-sen denomination being one of the most widely used small-value coins in the country. This coin was struck in copper-nickel alloy, giving it a distinct silvery-white metallic appearance that resisted tarnish and was non-magnetic, unlike later nickel-plated steel issues, and it measured approximately 19 mm in diameter, weighed around 2.83 grams, and featured a reeded edge, providing both tactile recognition for the visually impaired and an anti-counterfeiting measure. The obverse of the 1997 10-sen coin features a central depiction of the bunga raya hibiscus, Malaysia's national flower, scientifically known as Hibiscus rosa sinensis, shown with 5 prominent petals in a stylized yet naturalistic form, symbolizing courage, unity, and the cultural richness of the nation, with the denomination, 10-sen, positioned above or below depending on the design layout, and the year of minting, 1997, clearly inscribed to denote the production year, while the words, Bank Negara Malaysia being the central bank and issuing authority, encircle the design near the rim, asserting official authenticity. The reverse design, consistent with the first series for the 10-sen denomination, features a simple yet distinctive arrangement of a traditional Malaysian kite motif, the Wow Bulan, reflecting Malaysia's cultural heritage and artistry, though in the 10-sen coin's case, the emphasis is primarily on the hibiscus emblem, making it one of the more minimalistic yet nationally symbolic coins in circulation. The 1997 issue came during a decade of economic growth in Malaysia prior to the Asian financial crisis of 1997-1998, meaning high mintage figures were produced to meet commercial demand, making it a common coin in circulation at the time, frequently seen in small retail transactions, bus fares, market purchases, and everyday commerce. Being part of the first series, its size was slightly larger than the later second series 10-sen coin, and many Malaysians today recall its heavier, more substantial feel compared to the lighter post-2012 version. The copper-nickel composition ensured durability over years of handling, and even coins that circulated extensively often retained their details despite surface wear, though some older pieces today show dulling, minor scratches, or edge wear from decades of use. For collectors, the 1997 date is not particularly rare in circulated condition, as millions were minted, but uncirculated examples or those included in official mint sets retain higher numismatic value, especially for those assembling complete year-date collections of Malaysian decimal coinage. This coin was minted by the Royal Mint of Malaysia, which took care to produce consistent quality strikes with clear lettering and defined hibiscus petals, though variations in strike sharpness can occur depending on die wear and minting batch. In terms of tactile recognition, the coin's reeded edge and moderate diameter made it easy to distinguish from the smooth-edged 5-sen coin and the larger 20-sen coin, an important factor for quick handling in everyday life. The design philosophy behind the first series of Malaysian coins, including the 1997 10-sen, was to balance modernity and tradition, modernity in the clean layout and practical usability, and tradition in the incorporation of national symbols like the hibiscus, which had been declared Malaysia's national flower in 1960, chosen for its resilience and beauty as well as its 5 petals representing the Rukun Negara, national principles. The 1997 10-sen coin was therefore more than a medium of exchange. It was a small piece of national identity that passed from hand to hand, carrying cultural symbolism alongside monetary value. The coin's role in the economy was vital in the pre-digital payment era, when coins were essential for exact change, vending machines, and public services, and it was especially common for 10-sen pieces to be given as part of small change transactions in wet markets, local coffee shops, kopitiams, and street stalls. In historical context, The 1997 issue stands as part of the final decade of Malaysia's first series coinage before the major redesign of 2012, meaning it holds nostalgic value for many who grew up using it. From a metallurgical standpoint, the copper-nickel alloy provided a neutral metallic color and durability, but also meant higher production costs compared to the later nickel-plated steel versions, which was one reason for the eventual change. The mintage of 1997 coins is believed to have been high enough to ensure they remained in circulation well into the late 2000s, with some still occasionally appearing in change today, although they are increasingly uncommon as they are slowly withdrawn and replaced by newer issues. For numismatists, the 1997 Malaysian 10-sen coin offers an accessible entry point into collecting modern Malaysian coinage, as it is affordable, historically relevant, and visually tied to the era's national design style, and it can serve as a comparative study piece when examining changes between Malaysia's first and second coin series. The legacy of the coin also extends to its role in public memory, its sound when dropped on a countertop, the way its reeded edge felt between fingers, and its presence in coin jars and school canteen counters remain familiar memories for many Malaysians. Ultimately, the 1997 Malaysian 10-sen coin embodies the convergence of culture, economy, and daily life, encapsulated in a small, durable disc of metal that traveled widely, bridged countless transactions, and quietly reflected the nation's identity in every exchange. The 2013 Malaysian 10-sen coin belongs to the second series of Malaysian circulation coinage introduced by Bank Negara Malaysia as part of a nationwide currency modernization effort that began circulating on the 16th of January 2012, following the official announcement in July 2011, and it replaced the first series that had been in use since 1989, marking a major step in the country's coinage evolution in terms of design, composition, size, and cultural representation. This coin is struck from nickel-plated steel, a composition choice aimed at lowering production costs, making the coin more resistant to corrosion, and introducing magnetic properties for compatibility with automated coin handling machines such as vending units, ticketing kiosks, and parking meters, while also reducing its weight compared to the heavier copper-nickel alloy used in the first series, with the 2013 issue weighing approximately 2.98 grams, measuring about 18.8 millimeters in diameter, and featuring a smooth edge instead of the reeded edge of its predecessor, thus giving it a sleeker profile in the hand. Visually, the obverse design is dominated by a modern, stylized rendering of the Bunga Raya hibiscus, Malaysia's national flower, depicted with balanced symmetry and simplified lines that reflect contemporary graphic design trends while retaining the flower's recognizable five-petal form, symbolizing unity, resilience, and the cultural beauty of the Malaysian people, with the issuing authority name, Bank Negara Malaysia, arched along the upper circumference in clear capital letters and the year of minting, 2013, neatly positioned below the central motif, ensuring easy recognition of both the coin's origin and its date. The reverse design pays homage to Malaysia's deep artisanal traditions by featuring a weaving pattern motif inspired by traditional songket textile designs, representing the country's rich cultural heritage, the skill of its craftsmen, and the enduring value of traditional artistry in the modern age. And above this motif, the denomination is clearly displayed as 10 sen, in bold sans serif font, with the numerical value 10 and the word sen presented together for clarity and accessibility. The design was created to be both aesthetically appealing and functionally efficient, with shallow relief to reduce wear while still offering distinct tactile features, and the nickel-plated surface provides a bright, reflective silver appearance that resists dulling. Although coins in circulation for several years may show light surface scratches or patches of wear from constant handling, the introduction of this second series design in 2012, and continued in the 2013 mintage, was accompanied by a public awareness campaign to educate Malaysians on the new coins, smaller sizes, lighter weights, and altered metallic properties, as well as to prevent confusion between denominations, particularly since the 5 sen, 10 sen, and 20 sen coins all share the same metallic color but differ in size. In everyday life, the 2013 10-sen coin served as an essential unit for small transactions, particularly in public transportation fare payments, wet market purchases, vending machines, and as change in countless retail settings, maintaining its status as one of the most frequently handled coins in Malaysia. Being the second year of the second series, the 2013 issue benefited from the full adoption of the new minting process by the Royal Mint of Malaysia, resulting in consistently sharp strikes, accurate details, and uniform plating. Though as with all mass-produced coins, minor variances in surface finish, die wear, or strike pressure could occur. From a numismatic standpoint, the 2013 10-cent coin is considered common in circulation due to high mintage to meet the country's currency demands, meaning that circulated examples generally hold only face value, but uncirculated coins are those included in Bank Negara Malaysia's mint sets retain higher interest among collectors, especially those assembling complete year-by-year collections of Malaysian decimal coinage. The smooth edge, while a departure from the earlier reeded 10-cent coins, was a deliberate design choice to help distinguish the new series visually and physically, and to simplify production, though it also altered the tactile recognition slightly for those accustomed to the older coins. The magnetic property of the nickel-plated steel composition is another key change, allowing easy separation and detection in automated systems, a feature not possible with the older copper-nickel coins, and this was part of Bank Negara's long-term strategy to modernize currency infrastructure. In symbolic terms, the hibiscus on the obverse connects the coin to Malaysia's national identity, having been the national flower since its official adoption in 1960, chosen for its vibrant color, hardy nature, and 5 petals representing the Rukun Negara national principles, while the weaving pattern on the reverse celebrates unity through diversity, as weaving in Malaysian culture often brings together threads of different colors and textures to form a harmonious design, metaphorically reflecting the multi-ethnic fabric of Malaysian society. Coins from the 2013 mintage circulated widely and quickly entered the daily lives of millions of Malaysians, and though small in denomination, they formed the foundation of the cash economy in an era when digital payments were still developing, making them indispensable in microtransactions. Over time, the 2013 10-cent coins have seen signs of natural wear such as fading luster, fine scratches, or occasional edge dings, yet their nickel plating helps preserve their legibility and prevents deep corrosion even after years in use. In terms of collectability, while the date itself is not rare, pristine examples are sought for high-grade collections or for inclusion in type sets that showcase both first and second series designs side by side, allowing a visual and tactile comparison of Malaysia's coinage evolution. Historically, the second series coinage, including the 2013 10-cent, represents a period of transition toward more efficient, cost-effective, and machine-friendly currency, while retaining core national symbols, making them a blend of modern practicality and traditional identity. Even as Malaysia moves toward greater adoption of contactless and electronic payments, the 10-cent coin remains a visible and functional part of daily commerce, ensuring that the 2013 mintage continues to play a role in the nation's economic and cultural life. Thus, the 2013 Malaysian 10-cent coin stands as a small but meaningful artifact of a modernizing Malaysia. Lightweight, durable, symbolic, and omnipresent, a reminder that even the smallest denominations can carry the weight of a nation's heritage in the palm of a hand. The 1991 Malaysian 10-cent coin is part of Malaysia's first series of decimal coinage introduced in 1989 by Bank Negara Malaysia, which replaced the older pre-1989 designs with a fresh set that aimed to combine practical modernity with national symbolism, and as such, the 10-cent denomination became one of the most frequently used small coins in everyday transactions during the 1990s. Minted from a durable copper-nickel alloy composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, the coin has a bright silvery white metallic appearance that resisted tarnish well, a non-magnetic property due to its alloy content, and a reassuringly solid feel in the hand compared to later nickel-plated steel issues. Its specifications include a diameter of approximately 19.0 millimeters, a weight of around 2.83 grams, and a reeded milled edge that served both as a tactile feature for recognition by touch and as a deterrent against coin shaving or counterfeiting, which was a standard security measure in many countries' coinage. The obverse design of the 1991 10-cent coin prominently features the bunga raya, or Hibiscus rosa sinensis, Malaysia's national flower since 1960, depicted in a naturalistic style with fine petal detailing, symbolizing unity, resilience, and the vibrant spirit of the Malaysian people, while above or around the central motif appears the inscription, Bank Negara Malaysia, denoting the issuing authority, and below it is the year of minting, in this case, 1991, clearly engraved to indicate the coin's date of issue. The reverse design follows the first series 10-cent pattern, showing the denomination, 10, in bold numerals with the word, sen, below, presented in a clean, legible font that facilitates quick identification in daily use, and often surrounded by subtle rim beading that frames the design neatly. The choice of a simple reverse for the lower denominations in this series reflects Bank Negara Malaysia's intention to keep small coins easily distinguishable without clutter, reserving more complex cultural motifs for higher value coins like the 50-cent piece. yet still ensuring the hibiscus emblem on the obverse kept every denomination tied to national identity. Minted by the Royal Mint of Malaysia, the 1991 issue benefited from consistent quality control, producing sharp, well-struck details, though in circulation coins would inevitably pick up hairline scratches, edge nicks, and a gradual dulling of their luster due to constant handling. In economic context, the early 1990s was a period of steady growth for Malaysia, with rising consumer spending and a heavy reliance on cash transactions, meaning that the 10-sen coin saw extremely high daily usage, particularly in wet markets, small shops, public buses, and school canteens, often as the essential, change-making, coin to round up amounts to the nearest 10 sen. The coin's slightly larger size than the later post-2012 10-sen pieces made it easy to differentiate by touch from the smaller 5-sen coin and from the larger 20-sen coin, aiding both sighted and visually impaired users. Numismatically, the 1991 10-sen coin is a common date within the first series, as millions were struck to meet public demand, making circulated examples worth face value, though uncirculated coins from original mint sets are in pristine condition or more sought after by collectors seeking complete year-date runs of Malaysia's decimal coinage. For younger Malaysians today, the first series 10-sen coins, including the 1991 issue, carry nostalgic value, evoking memories of a heavier, more solid small coin that predated the lighter, smaller second series introduced in 2012. The copper-nickel alloy, while more expensive to produce than later nickel-plated steel, ensured that the coins maintained their structural integrity even after decades in pockets, purses, and cash registers, and they were immune to the corrosion issues that can affect lower-grade steels. The reeded edge was particularly important at the time for coin-operated machines and is a quick tactile check in the hand, a feature that collectors appreciate today when examining lightly circulated examples. While the design of the 1991 issue is identical to other first series 10-sen coins from 1989 through the early 2000s apart from the date, it remains a significant part of Malaysia's coinage history, as it represents the early stable years of the new decimal design set before any major economic or design reforms. For Bank Negara Malaysia, the decision to keep the hibiscus front and center on all denominations in the first series was a deliberate branding choice, ensuring that every coin, no matter how small its value, carried an instantly recognizable national emblem. For the general public, this meant that even a humble 10-sen piece was a tiny ambassador of Malaysian identity, passed from hand to hand countless times a day. From a collector's perspective, the 1991 date can serve as a benchmark for studying wear patterns in copper-nickel Malaysian coins, with the hibiscus petals, date numerals, and lettering providing clear points of reference for grading from fine to uncirculated condition. In its economic role, the coin was indispensable in 1991 for microtransactions at a time when 10 sen could buy small food items, contribute to bus fares, or be collected in multiples for larger purchases, highlighting the much greater purchasing power of the denomination compared to today. Historically, the coin's continued circulation for 2 decades after minting, until it was eventually phased out by the smaller, lighter 2012 second series coins, demonstrates the durability and efficiency of its design. While many were eventually withdrawn and melted, significant numbers remain in private hands, either in jars, drawers, or as keepsakes. The 1991 Malaysian 10-sen coin thus stands as a modest yet enduring piece of national heritage, a small, functional, culturally significant, and economically vital object whose design tied together the practical demands of commerce and the symbolic weight of national identity, embodying in a simple copper-nickel disc the story of Malaysia's modern coinage in the final decade of the 20th century.